Hello YouTube, how's it going? Come here Brooke. Come here Brooklyn. We're gonna talk. This is the Brooklyn and Liz show. What up guys? Brooklyn and I have a lot of things to talk about, right Brooke? You're gonna drop my computer and I'm gonna kick your butt. Come over here. Brooklyn's super excited guys. We got stuff to talk about today. Today what are we talking about Brooke? Give me a paw. Yeah! She's my best friend. Right? Brooklyn, sit. Good girl. Lay down. Lay down. Good girl. It's okay. It's just a camera. Go. Can you show everybody how pretty your bow is? Sit. Sit. Show them your bow. Look how cute you look. Sweet little girl. Brooklyn is happy because she just got a new bed. She loves her bed. And she gets tucked in every single night by me. Right? Yes you do. Yes you do. Girl. Brooklyn had to go. She actually had an appearance on somebody else's YouTube channel. She's going to be doing a collaboration today. It's going to be great. Totally kidding. She had to go because, guys, we got to talk about acting and the business of acting. You want to be an actor, right? You had this dream from when you were a little girl of becoming an actress, and you saw the movies and you looked at these actresses and you say, one day I want to do that. You see the people at the Oscars getting their acceptance speeches, and you're sitting in your couch and you're looking at these people who have accomplished their dreams and you're crying and you say, one day that will be me. And then you go to acting school and you do 4 years of it and you're like, oh my God, this is so hard. And then you graduate college and then you look around and you're like, how do people do this? And then this life thing happens where you gotta pay your bills and you gotta survive and you gotta eat and you gotta be social and you gotta be fit and you have technology and you have all of these distractions and these things happening to you. And you slowly start thinking, maybe one day I won't get that. Maybe that was such a pretty dream because I was a little girl, but maybe that's just, I'm not lucky. Or maybe that's not in my cards, or maybe I'm never going to be successful, or maybe, you know, like, I don't know, like they probably just knew a bunch of people, or they, you know, just moved to LA and I can't move to LA because whatever. Guys, I get that. I get that actor feeling. I understand why you want to be an actor. And when people tell you what do you want to be, you say, I want to be an actor. I want to be a storyteller. I want to make an impact in this world. I want to leave my mark. I want to be a Meryl Streep. I want to be a Rachel McAdams. I want to be a freaking Leonardo DiCaprio. I want to be a Marilyn Monroe. I want, when I pass away, my face to be on a poster and people go, that girl was an actress. And she made movies, and she was a sex symbol, and it was so controversial, and we still talk about her till this day. She was a legend. That's what you want to be, right? I mean, that's what I want. You know, of course you want to be an actor. Like, who doesn't want to be an actor? Who doesn't want to live the glamorous life? The reason I wanted to make this video today is because I see a lot of actors, young actors out there, and I myself am a young actor, but I see a lot of other young actors out there that seem to fall into the hole of depression, that they're not good enough, or that their agents should be giving them these jobs, or to New York and they don't have a support system, or they just want to be artsy and, you know, love the arts, just really don't have like a solid foundation on how they're going to make this acting career like actually a thing. I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about my story and also share with you guys some tips and tricks on how to realize that you're actually a business and you're an entrepreneur. How to go about this whole acting thing. And if you're really young, like I was once, I remember when I was a little girl, I used to go online and I used to look up how to be an actor, and I would get so anxious because I wanted this acting thing so badly, and I still had that same hunger of when I was a little girl. And I remember sitting in that computer and being like, what do I need to do? As a little girl, I always knew it was what I wanted, and I didn't have like a plan B, and it's just like, that's who I was, that's who I am still, is I'm an actress, and I still say I am that. And I refuse to let that little girl's dreams go to waste. Like, I want to pursue this, and if I only have one life, like, I don't want to be anything else except finish my dream, my calling, my passion. I was called to do, to be in this earth. And if you feel the same way, you know, you're not crazy and you don't need to give up your dreams because it's so hard. Everything in this life is going to be hard. Whether you want to be an accountant, whether you want to be a doctor, whether you want to be an astronaut, whatever it is you dream and you set out to be, I promise you can do it. And the only person that's standing in your way is you. And you have to set up some goals, and you need to set up a good support system, and you need to be realistic with these goals. And every single day you got to wake up with a drive to accomplish these goals. And you can't blame the world, and you can't blame your agent, and you can't blame your manager, and you can't blame anybody but yourself. It's not about your circumstances. It's not about where you're at right now. You need to learn how to grow where you are planted so you can make these dreams become your reality. When I graduated from college, I moved automatically to New York City, and I was there for 6 months. It wasn't what I was longing for. I didn't feel fulfilled. And so I came back to Miami, and at first I thought it was a setback. I didn't even want to talk about this because I felt so ashamed of the circumstances that occurred while I was in New York and just the way I felt while I was over there. And of course, I felt very happy, but I also was feeling a little bit burnt out because I forgot that acting is a marathon, not a sprint. And so I was putting all my eggs into this acting thing, and I wasn't going out, and I wasn't doing anything but just waking up every single day and content creating, whether it was YouTube, whether it was vlogging, whether it was like looking up videos on how to be an actor or classes that I should be taking, workshops that I should be doing. It was my entire life. When you become so obsessed with your career, which is a great thing to be obsessed with, but when you make it your whole life, you suffer. The most important thing of what acting is being a human, and you don't live a balanced life. And that's the first thing that I need to advise to you guys, is that if you want to be an actor, which you can be, you need to learn how to live a fully balanced life. You need to love your survival job. Have friends outside of the theater world and outside of the film industry that they're not only going to be talking about the Oscars, things that are going to be talking about like the economy, or like talking about like stocks, or talking to you about like whatever it is that they're interested in. Having that well-roundedness is so important. And so why I came back to Miami, and why I now know that I am supposed to be here and that I'm allowed to grow here and allow myself to grow in a place that I feel supported and safe and creative, but I have a nest. And I totally recommend you guys having a safe place. So we have this mentality in our minds as actors that there's these gatekeepers. And these gatekeepers usually live in, well, right now, maybe LA, maybe New York, maybe a little bit in Atlanta. And that's what we're wired to believe, that those where the big projects are happening, and those are the gatekeepers. And if you're not, in those locations or in those markets, you're never going to be able to create opportunities for yourself. This was something that I was so set on for the longest time, thinking that if I was not in New York, if I was not in LA, if I was not in Atlanta, if I was, Miami, had no opportunities. When you start filling your mind with all of this negative mindset, then you really start taking away the creativity and the fun of what this process is going to be. You guys have to understand that you have chosen one of the most fulfilling career paths. Acting is this beautiful thing that is going to be your guider through life. It is hard. It's hard to be brave to follow your dreams. Those of you who are following your dreams, you are the bravest people. You are the people who hold the torch that light up this world and that inspire other people to shoot for their dreams. Most people don't believe that their dreams are tangible, or that they find it too hard and they give up. Your dreams are important. They are your calling. They are your purpose. And even though I can feel like circumstances can set me back, I have to push through those circumstances and retrain my brain to understand that sometimes those circumstances are not happening against me. They're actually happening to show me the way. I feel like my life is happening for me, not to me. I'm not a victim of this life. I'm honored to live this life and to go on this journey and to see what I believe, what God has provided for me, and what He wants me to see, what He wants me to achieve. Acting is a gift. And if you want to be an actor, I say run with that. And let every single person that tells you no, just understand that you're different. That you're not like those people that give up their dreams. That you're not like those people that settle. that you're not afraid to live out your dreams. Some people's fears overcome them and they live comfortable. Don't be comfortable. Be uncomfortable. Work hard. Make sacrifices and say, you know what? Yeah, this acting career is pretty hard, but guess what? There's so many people out there that have made it. I went to the Tonys and I was sitting in a room with some of the greats and I was sitting there like, this is tangible. This is tangible. This dream is not a fantasy. There's not a destination that you're going to. Hollywood is not heaven. When you're an actor, you have this perception of like, one day I'm gonna make it. You need to understand what your success looks like for you. Does your success look like holding an Oscar? Does your success look like walking the red carpet? Does your success look like making a couple of indie films and going to Sundance? Like, what does your success look like for you personally, as you as the actor? Does it look like a couple commercials? Does it look like being successful enough to not be known, but to make a living and support your family with your passion that you love, but you don't need recognition? What does it look like for you? What do you want? If you think that you want to be this successful actor and you don't know like what that success looks like for you, then how are you going to achieve it? Do you hear what I'm saying? You know, and then you have this conception of like, I need to get there, and every single day you wake up and you're sad because you're not there, but then you don't even realize that you're actually not even pursuing your dreams because you're just letting life happen. You have to learn how to create your own opportunities. And I'm going to share a little bit of information of how I personally am creating my own opportunities into building my business and my brand and who I am as an actor. And I want to share that with you guys. I think the best thing that you can do in this world is to share your gifts and your information. So let's say you live in Kansas, or let's say you live in Miami like me, or let's say you live, maybe you don't have a home. Maybe you kind of like go like a bunch of different places and you have like family here and there, like I do as well, Or, like maybe you're still in college and you don't know what you're going to do when you graduate, which is totally fine. Let life happen. One step in front of the other every single day. You got to learn how to be your own boss, be your own manager, manage your own thing. You got to make sure that you are making a steady income because you got to take care of the person that you are first. You got to make sure that you're paying off your bills. You got to make sure that you have your equipment for self-taping, that you have a stable home, that you can get food into your stomach. All of those things are priority number one. To start investing in your business, then you can start getting headshots and then getting business cards and going to film festivals. All of these things don't require anybody but yourself. Do some research, learn where's the best places to take workshops. If your nest is in Kansas and that's where you feel supported and loved, then go ahead, live in Kansas. Work your survival job with the mentality that you're working that job because you're saving up for your dream. And remember that your dream is actually your business. So it's like, I want to be an actress. Okay, great. So you want to be an entrepreneur who is an actress, a creative entrepreneur, and you are going to achieve those goals. But it takes time. I don't just say one day I want to open up a restaurant and tomorrow I open up the restaurant and it's a 5-star restaurant. It doesn't happen like that. And as millennials, we have this thing called instant gratification and we just want to have it now. We just want it right now. And that's not the way it works. You have to really take your time and know that it's a marathon. You have to be diligent and say, okay, how am I going to get there? Now some of the things that I'm doing for myself is I am gathering up some filmmakers around Miami and I'm collaborating with them and just enjoying making new friends that also have my shared passion and having that accountability with them and just living a whole full life that still integrates my career. Start reading more plays, start watching more movies, start looking up casting directors, find out what shows you are good for, figure out what your brand is, read books on how to become a better entrepreneur. Listen to entrepreneurial podcasts. Fill yourself with the business of acting. There are so many things that you can be doing on a daily basis that is not just being on set. Being on set is going to be a vacation for you because everything else is work. This career is a lot of sacrifice. It's a service. It really is. You have to give so much to get such little reward. But I promise, it's kind of like putting in your time. You put your time into it and you put your time into it and you put your time into it. And then soon, you're going to be getting some things back. And then eventually you will become known where you're not gonna have to put as much work in that's not paid for. There's so much you can be doing on a daily basis. Taking care of yourself, eating well, exercising, meditation, living a mindful life, journaling, checking in with yourself, just living in a clean space. You have to learn how to create a nest for yourself and then come up with plans and be diligent and be smart and get out of debt. And once you're kind of setting yourself up for success every single day, a little bit and a little bit and a little bit, you start believing in yourself and your confidence starts going up and you get smarter and you have these tools and you have this thing called life under your belt because you know you have experience and you have money to take a flight to LA and stay in an Airbnb by yourself, not have to cram yourself with roommates because you're trying to make this dream happen. You see what I mean? Like, it's a business, guys. You can't just move to LA and think that tomorrow you're going to become an actor. You can't just move to New York and think tomorrow you're going to become an actor. You got to be casting directors. You got to go to workshops. You got to network. You got to build your reel. You got to build your resume. And let's say you do book Broadway. What are you going to do? You don't have a home. You don't have that stability. You don't have how to set yourself up. You're going into a vicious cycle. And I want you guys to feel secure to go into this business and this amazing business in a good way. And it's doable, all right, guys? So let's do this together. And I hope you guys have an awesome and beautiful freaking day. It's an awesome day. It's so cold here in Miami. And it's cold everywhere. But I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for tuning into my YouTube channel today. I have a lot of videos and ideas coming your way this 2018. So stay tuned. And if you have any questions on being an actor or whatever it is that you have questions about, let me know. I've probably thought about it. I've probably dealt with it. And I can definitely help you guys out with whatever it is that you're thinking about, okay? So have an awesome, beautiful day. You are enough and you are going to live out your dreams. Because they're not dreams, they're your reality. Till next time, guys. Bye. I really want to talk about we're never gonna get anything done. We're never gonna get anything done. You're so cute. Guys, look at this. You will one day be up there getting your Oscar. Okay, bye.